Hello, everyone. This is What You Tokuing About, a podcast that's very popular with the girls. And us three mighty titans of stone who were left for very mysterious reasons that we won't get into. We might never get into are here to protect whatever weird commute you have. I am Russ, and with me is Hunter and Stix.
Yo.
Hello. I'm the one that got broken by the bird.
Damn, dude. I'm power form. I'm the biggest and strongest one. What is who here is speed form? Who's blue?
I kind of don't want to. Speed form's kind of lame.
What? He flies.
Yeah, but
It's an
Ultraman
important
just
job.
flies
He's a
in his
flying one.
multi-type form just fine. It doesn't really show much of a difference.
I get multi-type. Sorry,
I
Stix.
like it.
I called it. You
Fuck.
should have been quicker.
Fine,
Should have
fine,
been
fine.
quicker.
I should have been quicker, just like the blue one.
You do kicks. You do kicks occasionally. You do kicks.
All right,
He
I'll
mostly
take the
does
blue
wrestling moves in
form.
this show. We'll go into it later. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us on the podcast. Like always, I always start up front. It always helps us out when you leave reviews, comments on the YouTube video. Maybe hit that thumbs up,
Yep.
subscribe,
Hit the bell.
maybe share with a friend.
Hit the bell, please.
You know, listen, all the goths and the freaks did not come out for Zayram for some reason. I thought the freaks would be out and about.
Right? It's a shame.
Yeah, whatever.
No, here's what's going to happen.
Whatever.
It's going to get picked up by the algorithm eventually. Don't worry.
And we'll get really weird people in the comments.
Yes.
Totally.
What is this movie? Huh? Why didn't you put the movie in there? I thought this was the movie. Just people freaking out. What are these dorks talking about? Who's the pretty lady? That's more like Twitter bot discussion.
Right. That's more like blue check replies.
Grok, explain who this is. That's Russ. I
At
hate him.
Grok, what's a Zayram?
It's a beautiful woman wul lives in a hat. Anyway, yeah, this is yeah. So anyway, that all helps us out. But yeah,
Please.
we are starting our depthful dive, our dive of the depths of what could be hailed as the savior of the larger Ultraverse. That's right, folks. We are going deep into Ultraman Tiga.
Yay. Yay.
A favorite of a certain gentleman in the call.
I love this show. I love this show a lot.
Yeah. Tiga is awesome. I think, like we said before, it was part of the inspiration for starting the show is because I'm like, fuck, I gotta get back to Tiga. Especially because as a child, I watched the 4Kids Tiga version.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if it would activate any memories. It has not. All of this is completely brand new to me. The look is very like it does remind me, and there is one shot actually. When the little when I think it's actually literally in the last the last episode, which we'll get into, where there's like a toy Ultraman holding onto the top of a spaceship. I felt like I've seen this before. I've felt this before. But besides that, this is a new journey for me. We've kind of went over our Ultra thoughts when we did the 2 Zero movies. But do you want to share anything, Stix, about your Tiga thoughts?
About Tiga, this is one of those shows that like people were like, this is a great way to get into Ultraman. You know, it's like a great first Ultraman show, and it was like. And for the longest time, I didn't because it was like, oh, there's like 2 versions, and the version you want to watch is like it's not gonna be official. It's like, you have to go with other means. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch the original Ultraman, and I'll still have a good time. And one day I'll get to Tiga in my insane journey to think, oh, you'll just watch everything in production order, Stix. You love that, don't you? And, yeah. It's a shame because Ultra 7's a really good show. It's just I don't have time. I'm watching other things like stuff for this show. One day I'll come back to Ultra
Russ.
7.
Come on.
No, but seriously,
listen.
yeah. So I am skipping all of Showa Ultra, unfortunately, to get to this, but that's fine because this show's really good, and I'm glad to be watching it.
I almost feel like it's correct because it's like what I feel like if you talk to an Ultra fan, it is the go-to. Like it might not be their favorite, but they use it as like a template of like, well, if you want to get into Ultra, Tiga's there.
It's
there.
sort of
It's
like
baseline.
how Kamen Rider Double functioned for a lot of fans in the Kamen Rider community for many years. This is the show to get you into this franchise, which this is sort of like that, but for Ultraman with Ultraman.
I can go into it a little bit, mostly with relation to the show. So for a long time, like much like everyone else here, I've always had like trouble like finishing stuff that I've started. But years ago, like literal years.
Start a podcast for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's $1 million idea. Years ago, my journey starts with Uniqlo, as most good stories do. I actually got a Tiga shirt from them. And this was when I was actually like for real starting to get into Ultraman. And then years later, I actually went to Japan. And I brought that shirt with me. And I went to one of the Ultraman shops. I think it might have been like literally in Tokyo. And I was just wearing it there. That was just the shirt I had on that day. I got to take a picture with Ultraman or Man Nissan, whatever you want to call him. It was very nice. And the clerk, as I was like starting to check out, she was like looking at the shirt, and she was trying to figure out who it was, and she just instantly just went, "Oh, Tiga." I was like, "Oh shit, I feel like I'm LARPing now," because at that point I hadn't seen the show.
Yeah.
So while literally like because of that, while I was there, I bought a figure of Tiga, and then, as I was getting ready to like fly back, you know, the flight back from Japan to Florida is a little long. Originally,
no, for sure.
Originally, I was going to watch Blazar, but because I had the playlist, I kind of forgot to download it. And I don't know if you know this. In America, you used to be able to watch Blazar for free on YouTube.
Yes.
In Japan, you are not allowed to do that because that is an actual show that airs on TV, so it's region blocked in the country.
Right.
So I was like, oh, god damn it, what do I do now? And then I look, and I just start looking, and I see, oh, wait, there's this playlist for Tiga, and it hasn't gotten copyright stricken, so everything was there. And by that, I mean, I found a completely legal way to watch it. You can watch it on Roku and Tubi. But I downloaded it, and then I watched, I am not joking, 30 episodes. From Japan all the way to Florida, I stayed up the entire time and I was watching Tiga.
Damn, that's a formative experience is what that is.
So this show stuck with me in a way no other Toku has.
Wow. You entered the Ultraverse. You were there. You met him.
I felt like I knew Daigo personally at that point.
I love that we all watched, and listen, you enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but we all watched Ultraman in a compromised state. You were probably on a laptop.
Oh no, on a phone,
like sleep
buddy.
deprived.
On a phone.
On a phone. And I watched the 4Kids version, and it's like somehow watching on your phone with sleep deprived on a multi-hour flight still probably better than the 4Kids version.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, for the record, I watched that 4Kids version too. Not good. I even rewatched the opening before we started recording. Bad memories of when I watched it. I feel like I feel like my life would have been different if that show never came to America, really.
Whoa.
At least in the way it did. I did look up a little bit about the 4Kids version. Yes. Apparently the higher-ups genuinely could not decide if they wanted to play it straight or make fun of it. And that's why it was like that.
Go figure.
Jeez.
It's called I call that Duel Master syndrome.
Ooh.
Oh god. I loved Duel Masters as a kid. I'm a freak though. And we all know what Duel Master secretly is, right?
Yeah.
It's magic propaganda.
Yeah.
They were tricking children. It's an evil decision, I think,
It's
in my
still
opinion.
popular in Japan.
Really?
Yeah, Duel Masters is still a thing over there.
Wait. It's a
still
Magic
going
the
on.
Gathering thing?
Oh, it's just
a
Magic.
reskin.
It's by Wizards of the
It's a
Coast.
reskin.
What?
Yeah, no, it's the same game.
Yeah.
It's just child friendly. It's literally the same
Oh, it's
game.
just a different branding, but it's like made by the same company. Got it.
Yeah, it's just kid friendly magic. That's all it is.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
I know, sickening. This is like being told like how much mold there is in soda
It's
fountains.
like
what?
you've been eating microplastics, and the microplastics is Magic the Gathering.
Well, you know,
That's a good one,
that,
actually.
you know, it's a very startling revelation, but an even bigger one is a giant monster coming out of the ground, which is what happens in episode 1 of Ultraman Tiga. And I feel like we all need a refresher, a recap, if you will, a Russ cap, if
The
you
worst
will.
refresher.
Yes.
I made this. Listen, I say this quite often. Oh, I made this under duress. I literally was typing this out as y'all were having a conversation. And I kind of like half remember the first episode. So in a way, this is almost a good test. I'm almost putting you both through the ringer. You'll have to remember how much I got wrong. How much I got wrong.
Yeah, we should know. Russ got attacked by God before we started
Yeah.
recording.
So maybe Bemular was rooting around. He's a digging monster, right?
Just
I don't
he-
remember. I think
he ate my cables or some shit.
the giant space manta ray comprised of a bunch of small, tiny manta ray children struck his house and tried to eat him. Luckily,
Yeah.
Russ survived, as did his house.
Yeah.
He has that guts plot armor.
Yeah. I have a high gut stat. What can I say? All right, so I'm gonna do a quick recap. Unconventional because this is our least serialized show. I know some stuff will pop up later in the series, but this is more just me hitting the
Secondly
broad strokes.
serialized show. There's still Ultra Q.
Yeah. Every character's in every episode at least. Anyway, so real quick recap. In the distant future of 2007 or 2049, according to the 4Kids dub, Earth is just now recovering from doing all the nasty, horrible stuff it did in the 90s, like nu metal or Jinko jeans. But now that the millennium has passed, nothing bad will ever happen again. You know, there's going to be the oceans are cleaner, housing is cheaper, healthcare is free for all. But it all comes at the caveat of one thing, which is invasions of space monsters. And sometimes Earth monsters, and when the budget allows, sea monsters. But don't worry, though. The large cooperative government body that keeps things running smoothly on Earth, they have a plan. Give a bunch of hunks and babes some experimental action figure jets. Their name, Guts. They're taking on the world, but one day they find a mysterious object that fascinates their youngest hotshot, Daigo. Suddenly, a rash of creatures attack a mysterious temple located, I think it was in rural Asia. It's just kind of
It was
vague,
still Japan.
nowhere land.
It was
What?
still Japan.
It was just Japan.
I swear it was like a
It's
random
like in
country
Southeast Asia.
in
Yeah.
the world.
It-
I can't remember.
Nope, they zoomed in on the Google
Oh.
map. It was Japan.
Okay. Well, the monsters first appeared in a different country, but then they came to Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's where I must be getting confused. But anyway, well, to my Western ass, Japan could be rural Asia too. Anyway, so in rural Asia, that hosts 3 beautiful statues of big old giants of light. They're like giant badass SH figure arts from God. They even have variants. What an extremely cool and marketable guy they could be. But as Guts jump in to tackle the monsters, the twisted creatures already ulted on the statues and now used anti-airs on the crew. Daigo's ship goes down, but because he has the highest pluck stat, the last standing statue of light decides he's the coolest guy and gives him the power to transform into Ultraman Tiga, or Tiga as he's known by his friends. Anyway, an exposition device projects an old lady with a weird hat to tell him that it's now his job to protect Earth. No benefits or anything, but he gets to be all shady and mysterious, which maybe Daigo is a Batman fan and enjoys pulling some mysterious shit. Now, in airing order, their adventures in brief. Ultra Q tribute about how monsters in a mine will always fuck with you. Aliens who act like ghosts but aren't ghosts will be mean to women just for wanting to go on TV. What if evil space ghosts fucked with you because you were rude to them at a Christmas party once? A weird parable about government overreach, or maybe the importance of picking up your dog's poop. I'm not sure. Evil atmospheric tadpoles just want to hang out or eat you. Aliens will bring their girlfriends to blow up Earth and get mad when their girlfriend gets blown up instead. I mean, come on, man. What was the plan here? We are the sons of the Ultramans who will kill the witches you didn't burn from outer space. Hex Maniac has long-term, long-distance relationship with an evil creature from space, and Daigo/Tiga learns the power of boundaries. Toxic masculinity is defeated forever at a theme park. Even masters of STEM can fall for the plight of fake friends. If I call an AI, this one's not even a. If I call an AI my girlfriend, I'm a freak, but she has a dolphin boyfriend and that's cute. Fuck off. And then Kamen Rider catching smoke from Ultraman making a badass Rider episode during its dark age. So that is Ultraman Tiga so far.
Pretty succinct. Yeah.
Pretty succinct. I mean, like we said, this is our most episodic show in a long time.
Yeah, it is. It's very, it is 100% bridging the gap between the Showa and Heisei era for televised like tokusatsu stuff. Mm-hmm. It's so much fun. I'm very biased, dear listener. I love this show a lot.
No, it's very good. It's very good.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I put something in here that's going to sound so mean. There's a certain group of people who are going to be I think this and Kuga are sadly the poster child for why sometimes you should put a franchise to bed for a bit. Sometimes you need a refresh. Sometimes people need to come up through the system and want to work their way back. I mean,
and then you just get a insane banger of all time.
Yeah, vastly inferior series, but Doctor Who recently just got murked. It got canceled. Tall fuck. And this just like people are like, we're doomed. It's over. It's gone. I'm like,
this is great. Actually,
I know you might have to wait a minute, but listen, when it comes back, hopefully, maybe they'll be cooking again. Look what we got out of Kuga and Tiga here.
Yeah, I had to tell a friend of mine that
would go.
Like the
I'm
same
trying
thing.
to imagine like the Doctor Who equivalent of that. Is like, wait, that already happened in 2005. What about that again?
Yeah.
So,
but
with Ultraman Tiga, this show came out at a very interesting time. So I do want to fix something I said last episode. Subaraya was not dying when Tiga came out. Because it wasn't the 80s anymore. In the 80s they were not doing so hot. But that's because this show is the first actual televised Ultraman project since Ultraman 80. And Ultraman 80 ended in 81. Tiga came out in 96. So what the hell was Ultraman doing at that point? Genuinely, they were making pretty successful OVAs and miniseries. Okay. So both of these actually recently got released, which was Ultraman Towards the Future and Ultraman the Ultimate Hero. Or Ultraman Powered and Ultraman Great. Mm-hmm. Those were overseas projects, but they did air in Japan, I believe. And they were successful, but Subaraya was kind of like, hey, you know what? Ultraman's going to be celebrating 30 years soon. We should probably actually get a show out. And they originally wanted to make a show based off of a different Ultraman called Ultraman Neos. But what's their name? TBS, Tokyo Broadcast Station.
Yes.
They would have rathered like an entirely new Ultraman, like just a brand new guy from scratch. So they kicked around a bunch of ideas, and they settled on Ultraman Tiga. And what preceded was a damn renaissance. Ultraman Tiga was a massive success. Merch sales didn't show it, but the ratings did. Tiga is probably one of the most enduring and like beloved Ultraman shows like ever, period.
Yeah.
Like without like spoiling a little bit of what we're going to be talking about, the main reason why that is because every Ultraman show prior to this, it didn't start out that way, but they all shared a continuity. Every Showa era Ultraman was in the same universe as like the previous one.
Yeah.
So like Ultraman all the way to Ultraman 80. That's all the same one. The same world. Ultraman Tiga is the start of a completely separate continuity. You did not need to know anything. They don't talk about the Land of Light. They don't talk about M78. They don't do any of that. This is a completely different kind of Ultraman. So it feels a lot fresher. It feels a lot newer. And ironically, it still feels modern to this day, which is insane.
Oh, I'm blown away. I mean, we can go more into it later, but the pacing of every episode is so tight.
Yep.
I mean, it is the most killer. You watch like I mean, I liked Omega, what I watched of it, but I there's like sitcom hijinks happening for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then you watch this instead, and there's like boom, 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 constant. I mean, sometimes it feels like a whole episode of Star Trek in 22 minutes.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think that's like easily like its biggest strength. It has such a slick looking production.
Yeah.
I have not watched Dyna. I have not watched Gaia, but it genuinely I have watched a lot of modern Ultraman. It does not feel like Tsuburaya has ever gotten any more money for a TV show than Ultraman Tiga. They do so much insane stuff from like a production standpoint with like miniatures, suits, stunt work, camera work, everything.
Yeah.
Like it's insane looking. It's such a good looking show.
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly like using different cameras too. Like they were doing so much cool stuff on here, and they had to do a lot of cool stuff on the fly because their main star wasn't there for a lot of it. Stix, you want to tell our viewers about Johnny's a little bit?
Okay, let's get into it. So, for this opening for Ultraman Tiga, they got this newly formed group called V6, formed by the entertainment agency Johnny's Entertainment, headed by Johnny Kitagawa, a media mogul. It's very 90s boy dance group band type deal where they dance and sing and they do pop hits. With V6 specifically, all of their early singles were composed by Italian guys doing Eurobeat covers. That's
nice.
Including "Take Me Higher," which you could just hear it, and you look at the credits like, oh, those are some Italian names in the composing credits. Go fucking figure. So yeah, and they're like, let's have the main guy also of this group. I don't know if he's actually the main guy of the group. I was assuming
he's not the oldest member, but there is a front man. I don't remember his name though.
I don't know. And we're going to have him be the main protagonist. And hopefully he does not stick out too much like a sore thumb because, idle pretty boy compared to like normal, entertainment industry actors. And we're going to have him be the main protag. He'll be the Ultraman host, which is a, reoccurring protagonist role in all these shows. Mm-hmm. And that's that. Funny, because of that decision made in the naive year of 1996, has made the show a nightmare in the future in terms of how it's presented, because rights and Johnny's Entertainment has weird things about image rights. It's not even getting to the song rights, but like image rights. That's why where a lot of like anniversary stuff or like merch stuff or like like talks show type stuff, they will black silhouette the likeness of Daigo because that's the actor's likeness. That's the guy that was belonging to that agency.
Wow.
So that was awful for one thing. And second thing, that also meant for some reason outside of Japan, you can't access Take Me Higher. Period.
You can't be taken higher.
You cannot be taken higher. For international versions for Ultraman Tiga, they use some other. They made some bullshit to fill it in instead, and they replace all instrumental versions of Take Me Higher. Which honestly, I'm surprised how a late '90s Eurobeat pop song sounds good orchestral, but it does sound pretty good orchestral. Those get replaced by some bullshit.
Boy, do they get replaced by some bullshit. You see, Stix and Russ, they get to watch the beautiful show Ultraman Tiga as it was intended. They get to listen to Take Me Higher and the great instrumental version that plays during fight scenes or dramatic moments or anything like that. I, however, am watching the DVD version, which I bought because I wanted to own the show. I like it. It's by Mill Creek or Alliance Home Entertainment,
It's
whatever
Mill Creek.
the hell they are calling themselves now. And that version does not have Take Me Higher. The name of the song that they're using is called Awaken Ultraman Tiga by the band Voyage or Voyager. They're the people they get for this exact reason. Ultraman Ginga also has issues with rebroadcasting like the opening theme. Now, the problem I have with this is that not only does it do that, episodes 3 and 4 on this DVD, they have Take Me Higher. They are allowed to use it just for those 2 episodes. I don't know why, and it made my experience even worse because they gave me a taste of what I am used to, what I am missing, and it makes me so mad.
They're pretty good episodes, you know.
Oh, no, they're
maybe
great.
They just were like, you know what, put the bangers on them. Let's put the bangers on them.
Do that for the whole series. You clearly could.
Look, I deeply understand Hunter here because I hate that kind of contradiction that makes me overthink. So what's the difference? You know?
I hate Johnny's. Johnny's is a terrorist organization.
This is without getting into other things with Johnny's. Well, they're already infamous outside of Tokusatsu, aka Ultraman. They're also infamous in anime because they love to also their groups, their music groups, the people they have signed on to their entertainment agency. Sorry, I'm speaking weird. They also do anime openings, and that makes shit a pain in the ass to license. For example, One Piece. For the reason why the HD One Piece, like season 4 or whatever, Water 7 onwards was just not licensed by Funimation for multiple years is because some of the openings were done by a Johnny's group. And Funimation wanted to dub openings like they were before, and no, you can't do that because then you have to sell a CD or some bullshit to promote the song or whatever, which made them stop doing dubs of openings because it's a fucking nightmare. And that's why streaming One Piece, so many openings are missing, and openings are given are playing on episodes they didn't originally play just to make up for those openings missing internationally because music rights is a fucking nightmare.
If you're wondering why we're spending so much time on this instead of actually talking about the show, I need you guys to understand that we have to, because for the longest time, Ultraman Tiga was just missing from so much Ultraman anniversary stuff. They couldn't even properly use fault. They couldn't even properly use for the Ultraman shows that had like anniversary gimmicks, like, oh, take this coin of Bemular and Ultraman 80. I keep referencing 80. I don't know why. It's okay. And you turn into a different cool guy form. They couldn't do it with Tiga because
that's crazy.
One of their most popular shows.
And it's insane because it's not even like Hiroshi Nagano was in the damn suit. They could just use him and not reference Daigo at all. But because of some weird licensing thing, they just couldn't do it. I think they're starting to figure it out now because Nagano has he was at like a premiere events for the Ultraman card game, and that like blew fans' minds.
They're like, holy shit, finally.
Yeah, we're out of the dark ages. They could just talk about this guy now, which is crazy. It's just a crazy thing to say for what is like one of the most tentpole, like it's Ultraman, it's Ultraman Tiga, and it's Ultraman Zero. Those are the 3. Those are like the generations of like the big Ultraman like timeline stuff. And like we're only just recently getting able to use them again. So I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry we're talking your ear off with this stuff, but it's just like the licensing stuff with Tiga is insane. That's why like people in Japan can't even buy. I'm pretty sure they're gonna change it, but you can't even get like the first Ultraman DLC pack for Gigabash in Japan. Like
That's crazy.
You can only get it in Singapore and like Southeast Asian countries and like the rest of the world. You cannot buy it in Japan, and Japanese fans of Gigabash are like, well, what the fuck?
No, that's crazy.
I think that's going to change because Zero is coming, and I think you can buy him, and you can buy like the Ultraman Rising one, but it's just like, that's how crazy Ultraman licensing is sometimes.
Yeah, this is like a different rights thing, because Ultraman has a different insane legal history with different parties, and that's totally separate from Johnny's, but that's basically part of, Anyway, to end a annoying story short, the reason why that things are calming down recently is that Johnny Kitagawa, the head of the agency, died in 2019, and then in 2021, finally, to be blunt, a Me Too moment happened, and everyone's just like, everything just came out at once. Like, there were murmurs around the ears that sexual abuse. Johnny Kitagawa was doing sexual abuse on his talent, and this happened posthumously. Everything coming out. Johnny's dissolved. Johnny's renamed. Lots of apologies. Huge thing. V6 actually disbanded in 2021. And 2023 is when the big scandal happened. And Johnny Kitagawa died in 2019. That's the timeline of events. V6 now exists as 20th Century. Long story short, Johnny Kitagawa, I hope you rot in hell. That's it. That's it. Right.
Yeah, a lot of weird baggage with this like genuinely legendary like series. Like,
all
it's
because they wanted to use
crazy.
a boy band member.
Literally, that's it.
A J-pop group member, because it's the late 90s. You want to go big for the 30th anniversary of Ultraman.
And,
okay, let me stage my defense of Daigo though.
Mm-hmm.
He has really great hair.
He's great.
Hair.
I love Daigo. I think Nagano is great in the show.
You don't care about his nice hair?
I genuinely, this is the most annoying part. I actually think Nagano is great in Ultraman Tiga. I think they were right to pick him. Even though like he couldn't be there too much because he's a traveling like touring like active musician. Like it's going to be hard to do that, which is why we have like a great secondary cast.
It's funny how that works.
But
okay,
we don't see it now, but I will say to the both of you, Daigo is going to be a genuinely like very, very fun main character to follow.
I mean, he's good so far. I like him. He's mostly just like a boyish naivete.
Right.
Is kind of his characterization.
Because, because of the very little of scenes we do get with him, like, actively in. But, like, so far, the impression I get of Daigo generally is, like, my favorite moment of him so far, I think it was, like, episode 1 or 2, actually, super early on, where it's like, hey, if Tiga was part of your ancient civilization, why did your ancient civilization die out or get destroyed, huh? Like, he was very indignant and, like, very frustrated because of, all this was being put upon him. And they're like, that was unrelated. You know how history goes, how civilizations crumble, and Titans, I think that's how they describe,
Yeah, they're
Ultraman.
Titans.
Yeah. Beings of light are not supposed to interfere with the affairs of humans. This is a human-made issue that led to the fall of this ancient civilization. And otherwise, Daigo's just, very likable. He's doing the Shin Hayata thing. That's my example of Ultraman, because that is Ultraman, the 1966 one, Shin Hayata. And he is a slightly more interesting Shin Hayata so far, because Shin Hayata, no offense to the man, he is the start of the whole ideal with the host, you died but didn't really die deal. He's kind of bland. And Daigo,
he's very stoic, almost
very,
to the point
very
where
just kind of like he gets the job. He does the job he's doing. Yeah. Daigo is got slightly more going on early on. I'm sure that will get even better as the show goes on. He has a romance going on with the main girl, the kind of like the hot shot kind of ace pilot fighter jet girl, Reina. They have a sort of a love interest, romance going on.
I will say, genuine breath of fresh air with one of these Toku shows where they aren't hinting that they might like each other. They're just flat out like spelling it out.
Pretty obvious. Like, yeah, these two are lovebirds, even if they won't like. Even if it's not like out and out calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. They talk.
I mean, Reina does have a bit of a red flag, but we'll Russ
get to that.
Yeah. Listen, they had chemistry. The Halloween episode, they were kind of cute. It was fun.
It was fun.
That's like my favorite episode of this batch is the Halloween one. That episode, when I watched it on the plane, it blew my mind, and I'm sure it blew the mind of the elderly grandmother I was sitting next to.
What is this Goosebumps shit this young man's watching?
It's 100% a Goosebumps episode. That's like arguably the most dated one in a good way, but it's
in a good way.
Yeah, that is 96, man.
The little kids on the tricycles, they were kind of creepy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say creepy,
just like Goosebumps will have creepy stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay, you got me there. You got me there. Look,
I mean Goosebumps in both positive and neutral ways. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it's definitely way less Canadian.
That too.
Well, yeah. So I don't know. Daigo, he's great. Reina, she's fun.
We get her backstory, as with a lot of the side characters.
That's right.
They got the dad episode out real early,
very
on.
quick. Just in first court, already get the dad episode out. Great job, guys.
At least he's not dead this time.
At least he's not dead. They just have a fraught relationship because he sacrificed his family life for being on a space station instead.
More dead in a metaphorical sense.
More like he's dead to her. Oh, sorry, he left on your 9th birthday, even though the day before he's like, yeah, I'll get you a lipstick for your birthday tomorrow.
One of the the plot of that episode's so crazy because the alien brought his wife and kid on an attack ship that was it was purposely going to Earth to enslave it?
Yes,
they were
purposely going there to attack it.
I guess the parallel they were trying to do is it was a good thing that the dad didn't bring his daughter onto his spaceship because spaceships tend to explode. They have a problem with exploding. But it was still very much bro, alien dude. What was his name again? I should get these
I'm so names. Sorry, I don't remember most of the alien names.
A lot of the alien names and kaiju names are a little hard to remember if you don't constantly see them.
Right. If their name said once or twice in an episode, I'm very sorry, Subaru. I'm not gonna remember
Alien
them.
Regulon.
Thank you.
Regulon.
Yeah, Regulon. Yeah. That's a big way to remember any alien's name is that they always start with alien. That's just how the designation works in Ultraman.
Yeah, because they're something Sajin or whatever.
Yeah. That's such a funny one. No, it was actually you were justifying shooting down that ship. Don't feel bad about shooting down don't feel bad for attacking someone coming up to you. They might try to kill you.
They should add a flashback of his child being I can't wait to eat the bones of the human father. I'm a nasty spoiled baby.
That's right, son. Oh no.
It's they're trying to draw parallels between what fathers will do for their daughters, but it's
I think a lot of what the show is trying to do, which is kind of a running bit, is how subversive they want to get each episode. The thing with Ultraman over the years, and even early on, is that they have that internal conflict of how should we treat the giant monsters or aliens? How should we do the first contact? Has our violence been unnecessary and it was all a big misunderstanding, or it was oh, actually never mind, they got to go down, or it's a regretful putting down because them living peacefully is disrupting humanity, stuff like that. And in this case, the start of the episode is literally them going like, should we shoot this thing down? They won't accept our like contact to like ask, hey, what's going on? Why are you guys crashing into us? And like they're going back and forth. And the father, he was like, I want to hesitate shooting at this, even though if we don't do it, it's going to crash and kill us all, 200 plus people. And then Command's like, don't disobey us. And then finally, at the last second, he does shoot it down. So again, a lot of Ultraman at its core, and of course Tiga does this, is that internal conflict of communication, whether it's aliens or, folklore monsters or just straight up monsters, period.
Conflict isn't always needed.
You're right. That's
Right.
Like, heck, even Ultra Q had like shades of this.
Yeah, but then you get the Tiga.
And then you get Tiga.
And then it's the actual moral of that episode is don't disobey your superior officer.
Look, it's not always that straightforward.
Take the shot, Reina. Going off of that, there early on there's another episode that tries to do that. It was with a cloud kaiju where we get a white woman jump scare, which is always nice.
Yeah.
But there is a kaiju called Gazort, great name, being infested, and it's made out of the clitters.
Look, they're called critters in my subs. It's like, critters, and they even talked about
they call
gremlins.
It critters in your sub?
Yeah, they're called critters, and they were even talking about, this reminds me of gremlins.
But that is not what they're actually called. I'm sad to say.
I was like, it's cute. That's their official name. They're clitters.
It's you know why? Because it's 100% someone on the writing team actually watched Critters, like the movie.
Right.
And they thought, oh man, that's a cool idea for a monster.
Look, name. Romanization is a bitch. I'm gonna call them critters.
But Gazort, which is a giant space manta ray with the brain of a baby, it comes down to Earth, and one of our favorite characters, Hori, who's like the comic relief inventor type. He comes up with the idea because his professor mentor basically gets eaten by the giant
alongside the white woman and the other professor guy in the same ship.
The great Gazort. And Hori's like, oh, you know what? Hang on. We don't always have to fight. Maybe we can actually try to communicate with it. And he does. And what Gazort says is, oh, you're my friend? Well, that means I can eat you. You have to eat your friends.
Because I'm cannibalistic.
And literally, like in any other like Ultraman show, it would be like, oh, you're you're clearing up a misunderstanding with this poor childlike creature.
To this instead of an explosion, yes.
But no, not in this one. They were like, actually, what if the monster just actually wanted to eat people? Like,
and it's its nature. Like, it's just like, look, some monsters are cannibalistic in real life. Some animals, not monsters. Difference.
Yeah, doesn't Reina say like, oh man, what if the critters actually ate each other to survive? Which is a crazy
They're
thing.
Like tadpoles trapped in a jar. Yeah, it's like tadpoles trapped in a jar. You know, they might take a chomp on each other here and there.
It feels like they are genuinely trying to evolve the standard Ultraman format.
Right.
Right.
Which is great, because I think this is the first Ultraman 2. We mentioned it earlier, but Tiga can switch between like his standard form, Sky type, which is the worst one. Spoiler alert, it's gonna stay the worst one.
Go figure.
Hey, he kicks people sometimes with it. Listen, is the red form the best one because he just starts doing stone cold stunners on the monsters?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not even it's not even up for debate. Like power type is 100% the best one. But I think this is the first Ultraman to actually have like a form changing thing, which by the way, I still want to know how they actually did the effect for him like completely changing colors on camera, because it doesn't look like a full CG effect. It still looks like the costume is like folding and morphing like as he's moving. It looks really, and it's deceptively like sick looking. I
mean,
would love to know how they
it's-
did that.
It's not canned, and it's not canned either. It's not canned footage. It's like it's in the environment. So yeah, I'm having a minute here like that's movie magic because I was like, oh, he just does that. Oh wait,
yeah, like
I didn't even know.
Toei's kind of like mastered that sort of deal because they've been doing form change shows for like decades now. But in '96, doing like running transformations like that is pretty impressive.
It's really really cool looking, and I love
Good job,
how
Tsuburaya.
I love how each type has their own finishing beam.
Yes,
I think that's incredibly unique. I mean, obviously, multi-type has the coolest looking one with him
Right.
stretching his arms out and the beam of light stretching with it.
Yeah,
But that power type one where you just like
it's so
creates
cool.
a mini sun,
oh
that's
yes,
really cool. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
bum ass Sky type just throws a dagger. I will always.
Come on.
I will always shit on Sky type, man. I always will.
Wow.
He does one cool thing. He turns someone into ice like one time,
Yeah,
and like that's it.
I'll
It's
keep
like
my eye out for that.
sometimes
did it in
Tiga
this.
just kind of does
Yeah.
stuff, and it's like I guess he has a new power to
Yep.
solve this very specific pedantic problem. That's fine.
he just came up
Listen.
with the idea to use a shield.
But you know what his main power is?
Hmm.
Communication, like you said earlier. So
Look,
you know what?
look, this is a thing that's
It's
been
fine.
there since the first show. Sometimes Ultraman will just pull out a move. It's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
It's the
It's
Superman
Tsuburaya
effect.
spirit.
Mhm.
They came up with a cool effect that week, and they were like, okay, let's just use that. They
Um,
went back in the archive.
but going back to the cast because we mentioned Hori.
Mhm.
Ultraman Tiga, it just has like a fantastic supporting cast.
Yeah,
Because
period.
we've already talked about Reina, but because Daigo isn't like in the show like a whole lot, he's in there. He's not like disappearing like constantly, but like the camera doesn't always focus on him. We have like a lot of the early episodes of Tiga like do a great job at like making a little spotlight for each member of the team. And I said this to you guys before we started, and I'll say it like live on recording. There is a version of the show where Shinjo is the main character of the show.
Shinjo's awesome.
He is my favorite character, like in the show.
He's
period.
awesome.
He
Um,
has a lot of heart. I just like those kinds of characters.
I like that we basically have like two like main character archetypes. Because
Mhm.
Shinjo like does a lot of the stuff Daigo does, but he just talks more. Like he has a family dynamic with his sister who also works for the TPC.
Mhm.
Do I remember what the TPC stands for? No.
No,
But she's a nurse.
yeah,
He also has his little cousin. So now we have a kid character we can always cut back to if we want kids to be on board with the show.
exactly.
And you know
Yeah.
what? I normally don't like the kid-focused episodes of tokusatsu shows.
Mhm.
Kid actors in this are great. They are
Yeah,
actually
they-
genuinely very good.
They do their job.
Um,
Yeah,
Right.
And he's also just funny. He's charming. He has a lot of charisma. Like he
Right.
carries himself like a main character.
Mhm.
And it makes him like really cool to like watch. And I do like that they pair him and Daigo a lot.
Yeah, they
together.
do that a lot, which is
Mhm,
sometimes
mhm.
annoying because like when they both have their helmets on, it's like, oh guys, come on. I it's hard to who's who for a second, please don't do that.
Well, you got to get the stunt drivers in there somehow.
Right.
You think they're actually driving those cars? No way.
Look, I mean, like I meant like more like the pilot shots when they're in the planes, or
Right,
like,
right.
or like when they're like in a side profile because they don't have the same hair, but they have like the color of the hair is sort of similar.
The hair will change. The
Nice.
hair will change.
Nice.
What
Hair shalt
One of
change.
them,
mean-
one of the characters in particular, will have much different hair, and it's gonna be the little computer dork.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yazumi, which we don't know too much about Yazumi. He's the guy in the chair. He's the young guy, but he's the tech guy. He's
Yeah.
the one he
Kind
needs
of gets
to-
his highlight in the second episode, and then he kind of fades the background from there, which I feel bad about because it's kind of fun having like He's the dork.
Yeah, he's like the
Well-
meteorologist / technologist type guy.
I like that he has like that one little bit of Reina where he's trying to explain like exactly what he's doing, and Reina just says, "You can stop. You can tell me about it when you take me on a date." And he just says, "Like you'd let me take you on a date."
and you're like, shut
I
up.
think that's cute.
Yeah, that's a great dialogue in this show. Like, it's a very underrated part, honestly. It's like the dialogue's nice and snappy. It tells you what you want to know, but like gives you hints of characterization, like all at the same time.
It's so like slick, precise, like laser focused on quality. It's really insane how good the show is.
Right.
Even if early on, it is like, well, it is still kind of structured like a Showa era show. There's not like, when we start out, I'm sorry I'm doing so much talking. I just love this show like so much.
No, you're good. This is your bit.
When we start the show off, we learn a lot about the three titans that used to be like a part of the world, but we don't really cut back to that like after episode 2. Like after episode 2, we leave that part laying for now, like the actual like origin of like what those things even are. What was the time capsule about? There's like a whole kaiju that's just missing that they haven't killed yet.
Yeah, I was like, wait, he only killed one monster at the end of episode 1. Where'd the other one go?
Gulza, it's going to take a while before Gulza shows back up again.
Okie dokie.
I'm just
It's so funny because it
letting you know
feels
that.
like that's 1,000 years ago and it's in the show.
But
I mean,
because of that, because it's not adhered to like being overly story focused, we get really creative monster concepts and episodes in a modern Ultraman setting, because modern Ultraman is like 24 or 25 episodes. This is a full 52. Where you're not going to get like a Halloween episode from modern Ultraman.
No, you're not.
And the Halloween episode is like one of the best episodes in the show. Like full stop. It's so much fun.
yeah.
My only
They can play a lot with genres in this one too.
Yeah.
They can jump around.
Right.
because they do like a Jekyll and Hyde episode in this batch too, with Hori's friend who's like experimenting on himself.
Right.
Yeah, that one episode's good too.
Because I can see the complaint of like, oh, it takes forever for the actual story to come up. Like,
I'm enjoying my
actually
time.
get
I'm not
rolling.
worried about the story. I know it'll come eventually. I'm just like, I know it's an Ultraman show, so I know what it's going to give me. So I'm enjoying what it's giving me. That's how I see it.
just so much fun. Just like, oh yeah, here's this like ageless like ghost girl that's been around since the 1800s who's just waiting for like a big armadillo to come pick her up from Earth.
And
It's
pick her up, he does, and that's how the episode ends.
It's somehow no one noticed, even though someone literally painted a photo of her with the freaking time capsule thing. That's interesting. You don't question it. You don't question it.
No, you don't. There's a lot of things in this show you don't question. Like a lot of like the yeah, go ahead.
These guys have like the kind of tech to turn black and white photos color.
Or like, and they just kind of like throw out like side comments like, yeah, we have like access to everyone on the network. We have the Akashic record. We could translate anything. It's like, this is kind of sketchy, guys. This is a bit too, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff in the show. It's like, they just kind of throws out there and they just keep moving. They don't linger on stuff, which I find fascinating because people die in Ultraman Tiga. Civilians die.
Yeah.
People die. You don't get that much from modern children's tokusatsu.
The way the miners die in episode 2 is so crazy.
Oh my god. Or like that line in like episode 2 or 3 was like, oh, there's casualties after a building got destroyed. I was like, oh shit, they're saying that? And they keep on moving.
Yeah. I was gonna say, first things first. That was an Ultra Q tribute. That the second episode after the Line of Light was
has
to be.
mining chaos.
Oh yeah,
has to be.
Okay, I guess the second question I had, I just here, I guess my feelings on the show so far. I really have been enjoying it. I think it's great. I do sometimes I wish the episodes had a little bit more time to breathe because I feel like they have almost like a decade worth of thought, a decade worth of like Ultraman planning, or maybe like stuff that was gestating in those OVAs you were talking about, that they were like, finally we can put this in like proper Ultraman format like we've been dreaming about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like all these episodes, as I talk about them, yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Um I do feel like sometimes I'm like, we talk about episodes that happen in 2 and 3. I'm like, I couldn't tell you what happened to them because every episode is so self-contained and doesn't lead into each other.
Yeah.
That I'm like losing track of stuff.
Right.
But even then, like, there's like that one episode I can think of where things kind of slow down. The heck, I call it the Hex Maniac episode, the spooky girl episode where they have to like investigate into her past.
Yeah.
I thought they like took their time and kind of built up that mystery and got to the end. That really stuck with me. Obviously, the theme park episode was insane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, weirdly, has nothing to do with the Guts crew. I mean,
they assist.
what was it?
It's mostly
the
Shinjo.
nurse.
Shinjo
and the
and his
kid.
Sister.
Yeah. But Shinjo is great in it. Don't get me wrong.
There's some things about the show that are kind of funny in the sense of like, usually the show's very methodical and like it thinks about like what it'll do. It's like, oh, we can't do this because there's civilians here. Or like, oh, we got to move this. Or like, no, there's that scene where like, oh, we can freeze the light that's creating the dome and then just destroy it. And then there's a scene of like CG glass. Cool, maybe. Question mark, just falling on top of the theme park, and like nothing happens. It's just nobody got injured, nobody got hurt.
Well,
to
be fair, it breaks into glass and then it just turns into glitter. So like it's nothing.
I just thought that was how the CG looked. I just thought this one to be
microplastics.
Yeah, don't worry.
About
no one's gonna get Dr. Nicked in the Simpsons movie. Yeah.
I did like that. Hey, I've been watching a lot of like old Doctor Who lately, and having an actual like pane of glass be the force field.
Oh yeah,
so,
like when I saw the pane of glass look
of
visible, like there's like a shot where it's just straight up. Oh, that's just a straight up a pane of glass they're hitting. I was like, wow, they really did it, huh?
And now, what makes me wonder though, like, because I'm looking at the effect, and we can see it. We can see like the little reflection like on the glass. We can literally see like the plate like moving when they pound on it.
Right.
Do you think that was more noticeable on like a 90s TV? Do you think it got masked a little bit? Okay.
It's still noticeable. Because this is we were watching upscale. This is because
you know what? I guess they did say like, oh no, this is just a wall instead of saying an invisible wall. I guess that's how they kind of got around that. Is that what
Shinjo said though? Shinjo said invisible wall.
I don't think he
even bumped into
invisible.
it. And he was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" He ran in. He walked into it. The episode
because at some point, like the Guts crew, when they're flying around, they're like, "Oh no, wait, we can see it."
Oh, okay.
We could see because like that's how they knew where to fire the liquid nitrogen beam.
God, I just can't get over that.
they just make bullshit.
They do. It's awesome.
Like, here's my monster tracker. It's a rubber bullet I shoot into the monster.
A lot of Hori's inventions are just cool stuff that'd be like a gadget just turned into a bullet, like the barrier bullet. You just shoot a bullet to make a barrier. What if your reflexes suck, man? You're fucked then if your reflexes suck.
Hey man, he wouldn't be a Guts officer if he had bad reflexes.
Like, even Hori could jump over fences, so you know what? I guess it requires a minimum of athleticism.
They hired him from a video game universe or something. Like, somebody who only has rifles as their like power.
Speaking of guns, the Guts guns I really like the design. They all share the same design of like the canister
so cool.
for the bullet. It like goes diagonally down underneath on the underside. That's a really neat design.
You can tell they're not trying to ape off of Star Trek anymore.
No.
Yeah. They are strapped up in the show. They do pull the guns out pretty quick. I am always like, whoa.
Oh yeah, every member of Guts is ready. They don't have that name for no reason.
They got guts.
No.
Speaking of, there is a I guess there's 2 more members we still haven't talked about. There's Munakata, which is they just call him leader. I never remember his name.
But he's the vice commander, basically.
He's their like stoic, grounded archetype, unless you look in the background and Daigo's just giving him like a shoulder massage or something. And then there's my beloved Iruma.
I love Iruma, the captain.
I love Iruma. She has a great episode early on in this batch, but she is going to get so many good moments. She is one of my favorite leader characters in Ultraman. She's a very fun character.
That's good. Because her stint episode 3 was really good. I was hoping we get more of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of disappears in the background after that, but it's a good episode. I like, you get mad at her. Well, okay. They were going to fuck with somebody, but they were just mean to her specifically because she went on TV. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, at least she didn't get possessed. She didn't get,
right?
She didn't get like really poofy, like Looney Tunes bomb going face hair.
She didn't get the Exorcist makeup. No.
It's just such a great cast of characters in this. It's like as good as everything in the show is, from like the action, the suits, the set design, everything. None of that means anything if you don't have good characters.
Yep.
And I think Tiga like immediately gets that part right.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You can tell that the people that have been, I don't know how many like senior like Subaraya people worked on this show, but you can tell that this show is like the product of like 30 years of craft building.
Especially in the direction, special effects.
Yeah.
10 years of like, I feel like just people, new blood coming in, new talent, and like working with that kind of established pipeline and just wanting to bring Ultraman back. I'm sure the children yearn for Ultraman. They just did not know it.
Yeah. You can like, oh man, from like a production standpoint, you can tell a lot of the people that worked on Gridman like worked on this show.
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
say, isn't Gridman use the same cameras or like similar cameras?
I'm pretty sure it does. And anytime they do like tech stuff, like it's 100% like Gridman, because Gridman came out before this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 93.
There's even an episode in the last episode we watched, the 13th episode, where he gets sucked into a science magic gun. I don't know what you would call it, a shrink ray, but a shrink vacuum.
Yeah.
And he gets sucked into basically a Gridman shot, and he grows out of it in a very fun, like, somebody has been thinking way too long. So if Ultraman was tiny, could he just grow normal size again? If he went big,
normal size, and he gets big.
One of my, by the way, that episode gave me probably one of the funniest messages I've ever gotten from Russ in the group chat. was just him saying, wait, Tiga could just be normal sized.
Yeah.
I mean, I said in the recap, but I was kind of like, damn, imagine you're a Rider fan and you're like, I don't fuck with Kamen Rider too much, and then Tiga comes back and just has, to me it felt like a kick-ass Rider.
Yeah, that was straight up a Kamen Rider episode and like everything but name only.
It looked like they were using the cameras from Black.
Yes, like that whole sequence with him fighting the goons in the warehouse is like, I'm transported to Kamen Rider Black immediately.
Yeah, so I talked about it earlier, but Tiga switches between different kinds of cameras a lot depending on whatever they need. Mm-hmm. The standard look for Tiga is like, I don't know how to describe this. If you've ever seen like a sitcom from the 90s, where it's like really high frame rate, those are the cameras Tiga typically uses. But as the show goes on, they'll start switching things up. That specific episode, it looked like they were just using like film cameras.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page says 16 millimeter for those types of episodes.
And God, does it look good? God,
yeah, like even on my fucking phone screen. Sorry to tell you, the audience, this. I watched that last episode when I was at work on my phone screen while I was also working at the same time. It still looked great.
Always watch Tiga.
Yeah, you're go full David Lynch on me. I deserve it.
that was
Maybe I should watch on my phone. That's both how you first experienced a
Yeah.
Hunter, and that's how Stix is experiencing it.
Most of it,
Yeah, maybe it's a
mostly,
phone.
yeah. Like, I watch a
it's
few
a
episodes on my
christening.
TV, but it's really convenient to like I can just watch this wherever I want.
It's a rite of passage. But this is not going to be the only time they do this. They're going to switch up like how the actual like episode formatting starts working too. They are doing a lot of what I would describe as, hey, I just saw this thing, let's try it in our show production.
Interesting.
It's very, very there's an episode later on. I won't go into any details, and I know we don't normally like spoiling stuff ahead of time. One of these episodes is just straight up Predator.
Awesome.
Wow, awesome.
Like, full stop. Like, it's 100% because like Tokusatsu has a, they always have a habit of like creating a monster. It's like, oh, it's a reference to this thing. I think about the Terry Bogard wolf from Kaku Ranger a lot. Is that Kaku Ranger?
I think
I think it is. But that episode straight up does like it felt like the writer was like, dude, I just saw Predator over the weekend. We gotta try that. But we gotta do it with we gotta do it with a guy that can turn 300 feet tall. It's such a it's so weird saying like there's nothing like Tiga because it's such a foundational piece of like Tokusatsu.
Yeah, not even just
like,
Ultraman, just Tokusatsu in general, yeah.
Where it's like there are things like Tiga. There are things trying to be Tiga. But like there's nothing there is nothing like this show specifically. It's
also like the transition, right? Like it's got that Showa format, and even those early episodes are kind of Showa.
Yeah.
But it's like it is transitioning to the new millennium, and everything's gonna get better after that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
But it exists on like this like transitional time, and it's kind of got a little bit of the best of both worlds.
It's good for Subaraya right now. We'll see how they are in 10 years.
Yeah. Okay. Then they have to go back fully to show nostalgia, but for now they just have the energy. It's just the spirit.
Yeah.
They're back to the invention of it all. Like, oh, what made Ultraman fun was the adventure. Yeah. Any of the specific episodes you just want to hit on before? I mean, we've touched on a lot of them.
I can go for one of them. My favorite episode of this batch was the corpse kaiju, or the zombie kaiju. That was absolutely my favorite one. It just felt, I don't know how to describe it, it's really kinetic. And it shares similarities to like other episodes like 3 and 6, which were all written by the same guy, a name you guys might know, Chiaki J. Konaka. If you don't know who that is the guy who is the creative mind behind Serial Experiments Lane, The Big O,
Wait, what?
Right.
and Digimon Tamers. Yeah, this is one of his first TV shows. Was one of the screenwriters on Tiga.
I didn't know that.
That's him.
Yeah, I knew he worked on the show. I just didn't know what episode specifically.
Yeah, like the one with
okay.
the guy targets the captain, episode 3. He does the zombie kaiju episode 5. He does the cloud kaiju one that we kind of bag on a little, episode 6. But especially I think episode 5 was probably just like, I don't know, when I was watching, I was just constantly like impressed by it. I don't know how else to describe it, because at first you have the special effects of the zombie, which are so gnarly, of just like the close-ups of like it going into the flesh and it looking like pudding or mud whenever a fist goes in there, or like any hooks go in there. It always looks gross in the good way. Or like the part where like he tries to force Tiga's head into the body in like almost like a vor type of way. It's like, oh god, Tiga, get out of there.
It's really cool.
But like the whole like that whole entire episode is just really interesting because it's viewing a kaiju almost kind of like a government cleanup job. And it's like, you assume it's dead because of genre convention. You see a giant monster laying on the ground looking all destitute. Okay, it's already dead. How do we get rid of a giant monster corpse? Oh, wait, it's not a corpse. It's alive.
I just had a thought. Finish your.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Finish what you're saying.
And like it has this element of like this reporter guy who you see at the start of the episode, like in a bar setting, and he's trying to follow Guts in car and commenting on it. And then there's like this news broadcast with like a kaiju expert who's like being like snarky about it, about how Guts is being real amateurs this time and like that type of stuff, which is just, there's so much charm, and I don't know how else to describe that episode. It's just full of like Konaka just really thought it through, and there's a lot of good ideas in just that one episode. And that's the thing about the show. A singular episode can just be bursting with ideas like that. And it'll work because Super Raya's special effects and just, you know, they have so many extras. This show's bursting with extras. It's, you know how people say like, oh, modern TV and movies feel so barren, and back in the day, you know, they had it felt lively because they had so many extras. Tiga's an example of that. Every episode is like,
oh yeah, 100%.
So many fucking extras in the background to really like liven up scenes and make you actually like, oh, this feels like a real thing happening in real life.
I just had a thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
When was that? When did that? Do you guys know the story about that beached whale that had to get blown up with dynamite?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I don't know what
when
year that
did
was.
that happen? Because I think that's what this episode is based on.
100%. Yeah. I think it's a thing that okay, whales explode because of the natural occurring stuff in their guts. Sometimes they have to like either leak them or blow them up.
1970.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes yeah. I just had that thought.
A lot of fun. They're playing with concepts like stuff that people have been thinking about for 30 years with Ultraman.
Yeah. Cool. If we're going off like a random episode, I gotta hop back on this. Can we talk about that episode where like they just say like, oh yeah, Reina's boyfriend's a dolphin?
Yes, that drove me insane.
It's like
that was crazy.
I get it. Like
the monsters.
It's cute. Like, oh, haha, this is my boyfriend. I like the
she doesn't have a
dolphin
boyfriend. This dolphin's practically her boyfriend. Ha ha ha.
That they don't play it off like that too much though. It's
and then
a little
the ending actually made my eyes bug out.
Oh, that was cringe. That shit. Shit sucked.
Let me set the scene. Let me set the scene because I feel like I'm the only one who could really just bring out scariest
part of the show was this, that it wasn't the monster in that episode.
Fuck the monster.
I don't even remember what the monster was.
Let me explain. So
I like the monster, but I will talk about
the monster's a gorgeous monster. Anyway, so you know, it's the end of the episode, day is saved. You know, they go back to the little aquarium or like, you know, the animal, you know, the because they're
marine research facility.
Yeah, the research facility to like direct fishes away from like human activity in the sea and like trying to cooperate with fishing industries and like scientists, you know, so like we can cohabitate. Anyway, there's some dolphins there. You know, Reina's a regular visitor. You know, she's friendly. She named one of them Mew. And then the end, you know, like the Guts crew there is like, you know, and then like they're like, okay, without her even saying anything, like you could have an hour here. I don't even know. I don't remember the start of the episode. She went to the facility without, you know, without being allowed to or anything. If there's like a running gag there, I don't remember.
No, it was they were checking up on the sonic systems.
The sonic systems, facility. And then I guess, and then at the end, they're like, okay, without her even saying anything, it's like, okay, you can spend an hour here. And then she unzips her Guts uniform. She's like in a one-piece bathing suit. She dives into the water and she's surrounded by the dolphins and they just play completely straight. And the Guts crew is like, oh wow. Like they're sort of like, oh, their
eyes are bulging out, like whoa.
Like whoa, hot lady in one-piece swimsuit. And even Daigo's kind of like awkward, like you know, and he kind of lingers as like an awkward smile, and then it just ends on a shot of her just surrounded by a circle of dolphins, and I couldn't fucking, I was going crazy. I was at work.
It was crazy.
I was at work watching this on my phone, and I was trying not to scream.
I will say, it is the episode that feels like the most like it was transplanted from a Showa era, because even the
Yes.
monsters, like
Yeah.
the monsters attacks were
Oh, they
like
were so goofy. He was jumping
gun,
on him with bouncy
bubble-
sounds.
Water gun bubbles, like
Yeah.
it's like
bubble-
spanking its
and then
ass
a
to
hyper
taunt him.
beam.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
like, why is this fish that got irradiated and mutated into a giant monster?
Yeah, I'd like to remind people that one of the lines in this episode is, oh, this monster is actually created by humans because of our own hubris, because of nuclear testing. They even specifically name drop the average half-life of the nuclear like isotope. It's like, oh, one of them's like,
it's going to outlive
30
humanity.
years.
The world's
Yeah,
going to have to deal with this like thousands of years after we die.
Oh my
It's
god.
like,
Yeah, Reina literally says like, oh man, so even if humanity
I think
gets
it's the
wiped
girl
out,
with her who says that, but yeah.
It's like,
She
oh,
was in the
even
same
if we get
scene,
it
she's
wiped
in the same
out,
room, but
it's
yeah.
like this will be like the echoes of like our testing will be on the planet for forever.
This is like Tiga in
It's
a
like-
nutshell. It'll just throw out lines like that and keep moving on as like an aside.
Anyways, go visit your dolphin boyfriend, Reina.
Which may or may not be literal by the end of the episode.
It's my only question is, why was she wearing that shit under her outfit?
She was
She did
planning
not
that.
know that.
She was planning it. She was looking forward to this. She knew
Daigo was gonna do something to like let her stay. She knows Daigo. Daigo's a bro. Like
Daigo's a bro and potential love interest.
Oh man.
Reina, like I feel like I learned more about Reina the episode more than the episode with her dad.
Her dad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, we're done. Sorry for that tangent.
Well, yeah, no.
Fun
Real
monster.
quick.
Fun monster.
Fun monster, great, looks
Yeah.
beautiful. It's a great monster suit.
Great monsters so far. Lots of awesome stuff. Real quick, just the quick question I have. Question of the week: are we hungry for more serialization? Are we
Yes.
enjoying the return to monster of the week? This is okay.
I guess that's more of a question
I-
for you and Stix.
Okay,
Yeah, it's.
you could go ahead, Russ, first.
I guess for me, like I know the series, it hits a point. I mean, just from having been an Ultraman, like looking at stuff, but among Ultraman fans, it does get more heavy, but I don't know if it's serialized. So I'm curious about that part. And I know that I've talked to somebody about the show, and they're like, "Oh, I love that part with blank." I was like, "Oh, spoilers! Please don't say anymore."
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's fun having a new genre. It's also like part of me is like, maybe I was watching of the last blast of this, like the last 3 episodes today. I was like, maybe I should just watch an episode a night. You know what I mean?
When I was binging it, I was like, man, I probably would have liked this even more if I just watched episode a night, because that's kind of how this show is like made to be watched. Yeah,
it's not really a show that it's made to be binged, at least not at this moments of the show.
No, but
it is definitely like, oh, check in next week to see what Daigo and his kooky friends are up to this time. Maybe they're gonna fight another weird guy, and we know how much you love weird guys.
I love weird guys. I'll go ahead. I'm chill with the current situation right now. Like, if more serialized elements come in, that'll be cool. If they stays the course, as long as it doesn't get too stale, I'm cool with it. Because right now, each episode, like, even if I'm starting to get a little annoyed or bored by the end, it's over by the time that feeling starts to appear in my head, which is impressive for a Monster of the Week show, because I'm so used to Kamen Rider Super Sentai where they'll do 2-parters, and no offense, but half the time they're not justified and they kind of have to pad out the 2-parter. So I love it when shows they're one and dones, just like one episode, a monster, boom. And Kamen Rider Black's like that, but Kamen Rider Black is not nearly as good as Tiga in terms of its episodic plots. Black is an iconic show. Its episodic plots pale in comparison to Ultraman Tiga.
Here I thought I was going to be the one getting in trouble for saying the show is like, it moves a little too quick for me. Sometimes I get lost. But you're the one you're saying the KR fandom is gonna start rallying.
I actually do
kidding.
greatly enjoy Black. It's just it's not a show you binge. Never. Do not even attempt that.
Genuinely, very few tokusatsu shows are shows you should like binge.
Yeah, and the most
These
bingeable
are-
ones are the most popular and mainstream ones. Only recently where it's got really serialized, but
Ironically, Modern Ultra is one of the few you kind of can because the shows are so short now.
mm-hmm.
Right.
Like 25, I should probably just blast through Omega. I still haven't seen it. I should watch that before Teo comes out.
Yeah, you could probably watch that in less than a week.
I better
Easy.
hurry up and watch it before they delist it because they made a Blu-ray.
Yeah, basically.
To be fair, I'm being mean because they did that to Blazar, but they have not done that to Arc. And also, you can watch Blazar literally anywhere.
Yeah,
It's on
come
Tubi.
on.
Just what you can watch it. You can
Tubi?
you can go to Hoopla. Go to your library and get a library card and watch it on Hoopla.
He's
Like,
not
dude,
joking.
that's
Hoopla's
awesome.
a thing. You did not make that up.
Literally all of Ultraman
It's
is on there.
It's on Grimble. It's on Dooble. It's on all.
It's
that
on
stuff.
Howdy. One of those ones that we said is real, and we're not going to tell you which one.
Tubi is funnily enough basically the home of tokusatsu at this point. If you're not using Tubi, a free ad-supported service, what the fuck are you doing?
Unless you're paying for YouTube Premium, just go to Tubi to watch anything. Kamen Rider is on there. Watch all 5,000 episodes of Kamen Rider.
Basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to get some more notes out before we start to wind down, because again, we don't want to get too long in the tooth with this.
We actually did do a shorter episode this time. I'm impressed.
Oh, wow, that felt way longer. Okay.
Because we were bitching about Johnny's for so long.
True. Let's see. What I try to talk about before the podcast, and I hope to bring in now, is that Tiga is like a perfect mix of traditional and modern.
Yep.
Because it's reflected by the opening and ending themselves. Because the opening is like late 90s. There's a lot of more licensed music and anime. So that trend is going to infect tokusatsu. So, we got a J-pop song that technically has Tiga lyrics relating to Tiga in it. And then the ending is like full-on classic ass like Showa song that could be the opening for a show, like a Showa tokusatsu show. Except there's no children singing in it, so maybe not an Ultraman Showa show. But you get the point. It's very old-fashioned, like Tiga, he fights for courage, da 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 da. But it's like, it's guitars and it's awesome sounding and it's great. And that contrast, yet it meets in the middle, and the show has a weird timeless while being 90s thing going on. Which, to be fair, history kind of ended in the 90s, so maybe that's part of it. It's hot take, but it works really beautifully. It has a procedural element. It brings that feeling of like 90s Star Trek almost to how it moves.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
but half the length for each episode. And again,
just having a crew that feels competent and they're keeping it.
Every character is like one of their big character traits, competency, which a lot of people get like, oh, back in my day, 90s Star Trek, competency was valued, and that's the thing with this show too, Ultraman Tiga. And a thought that grew in my mind when I was watching the show is like, it feels like I'm watching Kuga again, and that in an almost comforting manner, Kamen Rider Kuga, where there's that procedural element. There's people dying, but they always keep a brave face, and I don't know. It's very comfy. It's a very comfy show. A lot of real feeling characters. It's great. It's a great watch. I'm glad to be finally watching this show right now. And you could tell it's influential because it had a multicolor changing forms, where before you got that maybe in Black RX where it's like you have Bio Rider and Robo Rider. No, this is like he went from red to blue to balanced. Like this is like a video game, and Tokusatsu is gonna throw that concept through the ringer.
So we have Tiga to blame. We have Tiga to blame. Like a lot of modern Toku problems.
Yeah, but like many starters of trends or popularizations of trends, the one that popularizes it really fucking solid, and Tiga's no exception. Very solid show. I'm not like, oh, I'm obsessed with it. I'm not like, because Kamen Rider will always be my baby. But this is one of those shows where you can just say it's a very competently made show. I enjoy the episode every time. Got my 2 cents out.
This shit's in my blood, man. I love this show a lot. I won't keep saying it. I'll just leave it at I'm excited to watch more of it again.
It's just funny to me how shows can hit you in strange ways. Because the way when we talked about it in the past, I'm like, oh, you've been watching it for 10 years. Well, I don't know when your trip was, but just like
2 years ago.
I was like, no, I watched it on 2 years ago on an airplane. I was like, but the way you talk about it, it's like in your soul. I'm like, damn.
It's like a long lost like love.
It's crazy how a show can stick with you depending on how you experience it.
Yes.
Literally, I genuinely think, outside of the fact that I got to experience a whole different culture, go to a place I never thought I'd get to go to because of the generosity of a family member, and it feels like the whole point of the trip was like God saying, dude, just watch Ultraman Tiga already, man. the store clerk saw your shirt. It's time.
The stars aligned.
You know what? As a child, I sometimes would wear a video game shirt. It was an FF7 shirt. I have since played FF7 in the remakes. But I was like, somebody's going to call me out. I've never played it. And it happened to you, but you know what? It was a positive
100% positive.
Yes.
100% positive. I am very glad. Very, very glad.
Very excited to discuss future episodes where we won't have as much baggage as this episode. It'll be even leaner. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Hopefully that damn dolphin doesn't show up again.
I think
that's getting in the way of my shit, man. I don't want it in the show.
Look, he's a 1 episode wonder. It's fine.
Somebody's sitting here like, I'm just not a fan because I'm not a fan of hit slop. So, all right. Any plugs, real quick?
Oh boy. Spider Slash on most everything except for Letterboxd, which is Spider/_. I will be working on a new video soon. I've just been busy with a completely different project, but that is pretty much done. So I should be focusing on my video for June. Outside of that, you can catch me on Blue Sky talking about the amazing digital circus. And that's about it from me. For the record, Jax sucks. Stix?
You don't like Jax?
No, fuck Jax.
But he's the Tumblr sexy man.
Yeah,
I have no opinion
not
on
sexy
Jax.
enough for me, buddy. It can't save him.
If only he was a giant monster. Maybe you'd like him more.
Guys, I'm in my 30s. I can't talk. I'm not gonna watch the Amazing Digital Circus. I have to watch stuff for Japanese 12-year-olds, not American 12-year-olds, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same boat.
Stix.
As usual, I'm RBPS Stix on Blue Sky. I discuss a variety of things. I'm also on Letterboxd as RBPS. That's it. That's all I feel like sharing. My mood changes every episode.
I'm on Blue Sky as Piss Goblin. I'm sorry. But I'm twitch.tv/LPClam. I'm currently, I guess in the lore right now, I'm unemployed in the world of streaming. I've got P-Shoujo doesn't exist anymore, and I don't have a contract for anything new. So, I'm out in the wilderness, but so I need every view I can get, every click I can get on my damn channel. I got put it through the back rooms recently. Not a good time.
Yeah, he went through the ringer.
I was following along.
Yeah,
I was starting to get concerned. I knew there was like a storyline, but Russ, you okay?
No, it's all right. I've lived. I'm normal again. I'm healthy mentally.
Okay.
This is the new era of normal, Russ.
Yeah. Yes, I'm finally clean. Come on. But yeah, besides that, thank you so much, everyone. And I forgot to do this until just now. So if it sounds bad, it's because I haven't said it out loud yet. We're signing out here. And folks, I want to yap, dude, baby yap even longer. Embrace love right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm stopping the recording.
Because it's like, instead of raise me higher. Come on. Okay, well, anybody. Want to yap, dude, baby yap even longer. Embrace love.
Gotta put more energy into that.
I'll do next time. Johnny's will take us down if they hear too much energy.